Good evening, everyone. Welcome back to Commodities Update video. And today we'll be looking at natural gas as well as UNG and oil, US dollar, gold, and silver. We'll be doing technical analysis on them, and we'll be looking at what's the most likely scenario price we'll be heading into later next week as well as tomorrow. And I'll try to do this video real quick. It's already midnight for me. I just got home, but let's get started. So we're looking at natural gas on the 1 hour time frame, and you can see that it pretty much for my last video update on Tuesday, I said that we're probably going to hit that resistance level, which is pretty much the final target price for me for natural gas. It would be, let's go to the daily so we can zoom out more. So it will be pretty much this maroon looking line right here. Rejection. Rejection. You know, we see 3 rejections here, another 2 here, another 2 here, and pretty much hit exactly the spot. So I think I was talking about on Tuesday saying that if we make another leg up, that is where I would be taking profit. I'm right at that spot. It doesn't mean that we're not going to get over it. It just means that the initial tests we're very, very likely going to get a rejection because based on the size of the move. So you guys can see the way we hit a resistance is more important than how we hit it. So we literally ran 50% into a major resistance. So it's not like we came up 20% and then we consolidate a little bit, came out a little bit, and consolidate a little bit, and then test this resistance. It's pretty much a straight shot up from the bottom up to major resistance. That's why initial rejection is very, very likely when that happens, and which we did. We got that rejection today actually. And right now we're just looking to see if bulls can just hold this near-term, short-term support here around this 2.63 level. You can see we pretty much bounce off of that level like 1, 2, 3, 4. And right now overnight it's still bouncing off of that as well. So just some small mini short-term support, which coincides with this structure here. So remember, there's a sideways structure. That means there were buyers and sellers battling in that area. And now that price is above it, it will act as support. But if price is below it, it will likely act as resistance. It's acting as support. I mean, it doesn't mean it's going to hold if it just easily break below tomorrow after such a significant drop from here, from rejection. If it does break, I'm looking for that weekly higher low. So weekly higher low means that on the weekly time frame, on this pullback, let's say we pull back a little bit more next week, right? I'm looking for that weekly higher low where that pivot set is going to be higher than obviously this pivot, and then potentially add on the right side of that bounce, and then potentially maybe break out of this downtrending resistance that we've been for a while. So it's very key to see how much we're gonna pull back. If it's a very, very shallow pullback and we start to form our daily uptrend again, and that's a very good sign that the weekly higher low is set, and we can potentially get in for that next bounce. But as of now, we will just keep watch on see the size of this retracement for now. But yeah, but definitely that rejection from this level for now, and let's see if bulls can hold this 2.64 level range. If it does, let's see if it's a bull flag or not. Yep, still a bull flag. As long as we hold above 0.382, which is this yellow box, so we can still pull back a little bit and it would still be a bull flag. Ideally, for bulls, we want to see a bull flag on the weekly higher low and then set there and then come back up and then try to break that. That'll be the most absolute ideal scenario for bulls. But obviously, we would never get the most ideal scenario, especially in nat gas. So we could pull back to the 50% mark, and it will still be healthy enough where bulls may try for that weekly higher low. That's the 2 things I'm watching. If we start breaking through below 50%, then that's going to be a red flag because that's going to be a big enough drop. The bears now have room to come from downtrend, weekly downtrends. So yeah, retracement is going to be very, very key for me on the size of this retracement. We don't want to see something like this where we bounce 70% and then give it all back and even more. So let's see. Right, let's look at UNG. Similar idea right here. UNG pretty much hit that resistance. You can see this volume coming in from the bears. That exact same spot for nat gas. Rejection. rejection right there, similar spot. And same resistance line as that gas, slightly different, but exact same idea. Big enough bounce as well. Let's see if that weekly higher low can be set. Let's see if we can break above. Same thing, that longer term downtrending line, high resistance as well. And all right, let's take a look at oil. And if you guys learned anything, feel free to like, share, and subscribe. And if you guys like to support the channel, feel free to go to YouTube and on the Patreon link as well, on YouTube comments and in the description. I have a YouTube link there. And if you guys need any mentorship as well, go to that 15-minute free call, look it up, and we can chat and see what you need help on. All right, let's take a look at oil. So oil, that mega foam, I was talking about this mega foam pattern on Tuesday as well, and it looks like it's just playing out. So this didn't really change the trend either. So we kind of came big enough bounce, and bulls tried here, and then they reject from the LVM again, and then we kind of just came below. You can see the 2 rejections there, and now it's probably gonna test this mirror looking like again. This is the prior resistance, rejection. Finally broke out of it. You can see active support, bounce, and now we're above it, so it's gonna act as support again. Bounce, and if we come down here, maybe we'll get another bounce. The more times you test a resistance or support, the less supply and demand there is going to be. So you have already tested this support 2 times. So if it comes down another time, there's going to be less people willing to buy because they already used up their power here. So there's a better chance now that we may break through that if we do retest it again. You can watch on that. And if it does break through that, then we're looking back down closer to the 71.5 range, this range here. Yeah, looks like bears are still in control. But this spot is going to be pretty much the mega foam support as well. So right at the spot. So maybe we'll get another bounce, but it's going to be, after a couple bounces, it's tough to get that, all the supplies used up, right? And if selling continues, then there's going to be no more demand here. So then they would just break through it. We'll hit below. The US dollar here. Big bounce. I think it's because we had a very hot data today, and that might have fueled the bounce here on. But daily downtrend still intact. Drop, pivot set, higher, lower high, lower low, pivot set, bounce as well. We're not above the prior pivot, so it's still a daily downtrend. So potentially we're probably gonna start slowing down here, and then maybe we'll head lower from here. But if we do break above this pivot, then it's back to a neutral trend, then probably just keep tightening up. Big enough move, tightening range. Move is within the prior move. All these moves are within the prior move. And this next move could be, we can tighten out like this as well. Ideally, we move a little bit lower, closer to this range, and then tighten up. But tightening ranges can play out whatever way they want to play out. But we are still within the prior range move, so it's still playing out in time range. All right, and gold looks like a blow off top here. Blow off tops are when you make a new high, higher than the prior high, and then lack absolute zero follow through and come back below, break below the prior structure. Eventually we broke above this tiny range. You can see this broke bull to a higher high and comes straight down and broke through the prior zone of where we broke out from. So that's the red flag for me. Yeah. So now we're just looking to see if this structure can hold. If it comes back slightly lower, that's where we come down to this 2285 level, and it bounces, then we potentially look for that head and shoulders look. Left shoulder, head, and if we bounce around this range, we're likely forming a right shoulder here. If that happens, it's a uptrend into a downtrend. That's what a head and shoulder is psychologically. But it's going to take some time to form that right shoulder. we'll keep on watch on that because this does look like that flow off top, head and shoulders look at this moment. Similar idea to silver. Silver obviously needs to drop more for that head and shoulders to form. But the idea of the daily an uptrend into a downtrend form here. If we get another leg down, then and then bounces from here where we broke out from, and then go like that. It's not a perfect head and shoulder, but I said idea is uptrend into a downtrend. Then that's a red flag. So we'll be watching gold. If gold does that head and shoulders thing first, silver is going to do what I kind of just drew out as well, like this, but just not as perfect as gold. But it will very likely follow gold. And yeah. All right, that's all for you guys. Probably gonna go to bed now, and hope you guys have a great rest of your guys' day. And tomorrow's Friday, so we have one more trading day, and then we'll have a long weekend. Monday, there's no trading, and yeah, I'll update you guys on Saturday for more updates here. All right, have a great night.